his entire army. I'm not too sure why he was being so aggressive while he had his third base up, and he knew that EmpireKas would be in a lot terrible, more bad position.
Yeah. Terrible and bad.
Terrible and bad and
thing.
not good and such.
All of those bad words and bad things that can happen to him.
I think he wanted to deny the gold base. What are your thoughts on Mana staying out there as long as he did?
Yeah, I don't know. I feel like he was maybe overextending himself a little bit. I mean, I feel like when he had that really successful attack with the Archons earlier, after that he should have just backed off and started forting up at home again and started teching. Now he's on the defense again, and our Terran player is taking advantage of that high yield.
Oh, that storm is going to be beautiful. It could have been beautiful, but it did hit a good amount of units. There's so many more storms. Oh, look at all those missed. Oh, that were some terrible EMPs.
Yeah.
Is he going to... What is he trying to do right now? Is he actually going to go for it? There are more storms on the field, and storms are now going to be so good versus this. Oh, nice dodge there by Kaz.
Yep, some good micro going down by Kaz, dodging all of these storms. Again, Kaz now getting the good positioning. This just like hugging this left, or this kind of wall over here at this third base just really helps. And now we see him taking advantage that he is going to have to back off as all those bioforces are getting so weak and those medevacs are out of energy.
Oh, but he didn't kill that third base, surprisingly. I thought he had the edge there, but more Archons and Zealots being warped in. But now Kaz has the advantage of that overpowered, imbalanced gold base, according to the Koreans. So that's going to work out really well for him. He's got that mining base in the top as well. I'm surprised he doesn't transfer more SCVs over there. You can see in the natural of Kaz there's a lot of idle SCVs, but hold that thought. We've got more action going down. Is he going to try to snipe this third? Yes, he is.
This would be, what, the third time literally an Archon's coming in the back trying to trap this army, and he is just going to load up. These Archons will not be able to take out these medevacs. We're going to, feedback's going down, but not a lot of energy on those medevacs.
No, that was actually a mistake. That could have been really good if those medevacs were full energy, but because of the constant storming, the energy on the medevacs was really low, so I think that was a little bit of a waste of energy. And now we're going to see Mana really up against the ropes. He has to do the counterattack. It worked out really well for him the last time, so maybe he's going to be able to do it again, Nerdswagger.
Yeah, that'll be so nice. He needs to get he needs to get this army down here and take out some workers. He is making them get off the line just a little bit. More nice storms going down and no damage being done by Kaz. He just kind of mis-rallies his units into the middle right there with that army, losing quite a lot. But again, the food counts are still about normal. Kaz up about 20. Again, this super kind of secret base over here helping him out right now. So Mana needs to keep getting in there. He keeps getting his bases denied. And here comes a nice push again.
Is it gonna be another so much bio? Beautiful storm. Wow, that was one of the best storms I've ever seen, catching all the bio, but I still don't think it's gonna be enough. The upgrades are pretty even, but our Protoss player just doesn't have enough units right now, and he is gonna lose the last Archon right now, and that should be nice storm though. He's still in this, but he's behind.
Yeah, I would have to agree. Now he's throwing up that third base for the fourth time. He's gonna try and keep it, but that Bioforce is probably going to be too much. Again, the production of the Terran just skyrockets once that high yield has been taken advantage of with those mules. And again, that other secret base, which was a really nice move by Kaz, you know, lifting it over here, trying to just mine as much as he could, because I would say without this base over here, kind of at the 12 o'clock position, he would be in a dire straits right now.
Yeah, that was actually a game-winning move by Kaz. I was first doubting it when I saw him lift that up and reposition it, but that base has been working wonders for him, and because of that base, he's in the awesome position that he is in right now. We can see that Mana is mined out of his natural, and he's now long-distance mining with a ton of probes. All the probes out of Mana are now going to resort to long-distance mining, which I find a little bit surprising, since there's still some minerals to be mined there. Might as well leave like one probe per patch there, but it's going to be nothing but long-distance mining for Mana, while Kaz is working off a gold base and a fully healthy top spawn base. So it looks like Kaz, after all, is going to take this game, Nerdswagger, so back and forth. I've rarely seen a Protoss versus Terran be this back and forth.
Yeah, I would have to agree. Those storms just really help Mana out, and he continues to lay some really good storms. So Kaz not kind of microing as he should, trying to get in there and deny this third once again. But it looks like it is going to become operational. These two High Templars being the heroes of the Protoss army right now, holding off that Bioforce.
Yeah, they're definitely being the heroes. The only thing keeping Mana in the game are those storms right now. If he gets the perfect storms, in theory, He might be able to do it, but there's a lot of ghosts, 3 ghosts in his army composition, so many Marines and Marauders, even upgrades, a ton of Manavacs, bringing up the army supply tab for a second, 104 army supply for Kas versus 40 army supply of Mana. I don't care how good your storms are, I don't think that's gonna work.
Yeah. He should be able to just run through this quite easily. We see Mana spreading out his units best he can so those EMPs aren't as effective. And here comes the Bioforce again. Maybe he'll do some type of 2-pronged attack going up the ramp and going into the main as well. He's kind of trying to split his army the best that he can. And oh, he needs to get really good positioning here, Lyrlian.
Yeah, he does need to, but so does our Protoss player. He needs to get the positioning right to get out those key storms. Oh, Mana splitting up his army a little bit. Ooh, that is a not so good storm. The EMPs are going down, all the Archons losing their shields, here come the storms, but that's just not gonna be enough, and there's the GG out of Mana. EmpireKas, in the most back and forth game that I have seen in a long while, is gonna tie it up 2-2 here, NerdSwagger. I'm so excited. Yeah. These games are awesome, especially this one was sick.
I'm saying this whole series is back and forth. Wow. Game after game, they keep just kind of butting heads, which is just really awesome. These games are so sick. Guys, we are gonna go into a quick commercial break, and then we'll be right back with some more sick PvT action with MouzMana and EmpireKas. So we'll be right back. Don't go breaking my heart. Don't go breaking my heart. I still have a massive headache.
Oh, I don't. I mean, it's 8 o'clock in the Netherlands right now. It would be... I only slept for 1.5 hours.
Oh my goodness, I don't know how you're alive.
I've actually got some really good stories for you.
Oh, good. Can't wait to hear them.
Yeah, as soon as we go off air, I'll share.
They're official Playhem stories. It's just...
official PlayhemTV secrets.
We should do a Playhem after hours or something, where we have like our own talk show or something.
Yeah, our own talk show. That would be epic. I mean, with those MLG shows stopping, like Fuck Slasher and
SC Center
Inside
or
the Game.
No, Inside the Game's still going.
No,
it was like SC2.
SC Report or something.
Or
no, I don't know. One of those shows was stopping.
Yeah, they were pretty good shows. I don't know, I could never get into Fuck Slasher very much, but SC2 Report was really good, I thought.
Oh, SC2 Report was awesome! And you know what's also awesome, NerdSwagger? We're going to be going into GSL Terminus SE, and I think for this map, some GSL intros are warranted, because it is the GSL version of Terminus SE.
Alright,
so let's dish them out once, for fun.
Okay. This will be awesome. Alright, here we go, guys. You guys are going to be amazed surprised at this. Down here in the 6 o'clock position as our blue Terran, we have
EmpireKas.
And over on the left side over here, he's a crazy Protoss player. He's the green one. He's gonna be
MouzMana.
I liked it. I hope everybody else liked it too. I love it when you do that. I think it's awesome.
No, it's not. It's really bad, but it's funny.
Well, I think it's like the rec thing. Oh, EmpireKas saying remember. Mana throwing out the question mark.
Remember, the 5th of November. The gunpowder treason and plot.
Treason and plot.
Oh, damn, you know the movie. That is such a sick movie.
Natalie Portman, man.
Oh, man, she's hot.
She's like my celeb crush.
Oh, mine as well. When I first saw her in Star Wars, I fell in love.
Oh, I know.
And now she's my girlfriend, so yeah.
Yeah, I would totally dump my girlfriend for Natalie Portman.
Oh, me too. And I don't even think my girlfriend would mind. I think she'd do the same thing.
She would do the same thing. She'd
Yeah,
be like, yeah, that's okay. She would dump you for Natalie Portman.
Well, if I were a girl, I definitely would dump my boyfriend to be with Natalie. But hey, that would not be fair because, you know, Anyway, guys, welcome back to the Playhem stream, PlayhemTV. You're tuning into Lyrlian and Mr. NerdSwagger casting the grand finals for you. We're going to be going into Game 5 already, NerdSwagger. Actually, not already, because these games have been pretty long. I don't think we've seen a single game which didn't last for at least 20 minutes. So the games are good, the vibe is good, the players are good, the score is good because it's 2-2, really even series, really back and forth. And you were...
And Nexus first going down.
Yeah.
And what were you going to say about me? Were you going to add a comment?
No, I just love the way you like, ugh, like as if something...
I know, I get really into it. I just like it hits my gut when I'm like, oh, Nexus first. You got to be careful.
Yeah,
you have to be so careful.
You definitely got to be careful. But this is one of like, I don't know, if you would be spawning in cross-spawn positions, I feel like this might be the biggest map out there. I mean, it's so humongous.
Besides Calm Before the Storm, obviously.
Oh, Calm Before the Storm.
Where you go Nexus first, Nexus second, and maybe even Nexus third.
Yeah, you just make 3 Nexus, maybe even throw in a macro Nexus, so you go up to 4 Nexi before making another pylon.
I really hope that's in the map pool somewhere, and they choose that map for one of the final games. That would be so sick.
Oh, and this is what we've been talking about earlier, Nerd Swagger. This is exactly what we were talking about earlier. Scouting early, being lucky, seeing the Nexus first, and instead of going for the 1 Rex FE, he's gonna dump down another 3 barracks, and this probe is going to come in here, and this probe is going to see no expansion, and that's a little bit weird. The probe now trying to go up the ramp is going to see... Oh, no.
Does not get any scout, but again, not seeing that expansion, he knows the aggression is going to be on the way, so the Protoss player is going to have to play this perfectly, Lyrlian, and again, this huge choke that kind of lets the force in is not going to be helpful at all, so he is opting to get some stalkers out right now. If he can move those across the map and start picking off some Marines, that'll really help as well. Normally, yes, this is exactly what I was hoping EmpireKas was going to do with that positioning. He is lifting these barracks down to the low ground, going to be able to reinforce his army so much faster. Really like this move.
I really like this move as well. There's already 5 Marines on the way, 3 more Marines, of course, being produced out of the barracks, more Marines, SCVs being pulled, a few SCVs, not too many. The first 2 Stalkers are out, and they're going to be scanning around the map. The probe sees all the Marines and the SCVs coming, and the Stalkers are going to be microing their butt off to try and take out as many of those Marines, or maybe weaken as many of those Marines as possible. 1 SCV already falling, beautiful micro hit by Mana, doing a lot of damage to these Marines, and if he gets out like 5 or 6 Stalkers, that's that money amount when you're going to be able to kill those Marines and kite them indefinitely. But as of right now, there's only 3 Stalkers and a Zealot, but this is looking pretty good for Mana, I'd say.
Yeah, he's definitely holding this quite well. SCV's being pulled and everything. Mana doing so much damage right now, and he's doing such great Stalker micro, excuse me. If he can get that Zealot in the mixture a little bit too, that'll be so nice.
That would definitely be nice. Supplies have now equalized, 25 probes left to 16 SCVs, and MouzMana actually pulling every single probe that he has to hold this off. Is he going to get the surround? Decent surround.
He gets a little bit of surround stopping those Marines. He really does need to stop those Marines. This bunker is about to finish up in the natural right now, and that'll be huge if the Marines do get in there. These probes continue to surround. There's only 1 Marine that got in that bunker, so I think Mana is going to be able to hold this.
I think he's going to be able to hold this as well, and he's going to be in an awesome position. He's up by 8 workers, and EmpireKas saying that the lag is killing him. I've actually experienced no lag, and that's exactly what Mana says. Mana says no lag, and there's the GG from EmpireKas. So very swift game and nice hold by Mana. Yeah, beautiful hold. Chrono boosting out those 2 Stalkers before starting Warp Gate research even. That was really what won him the game. He didn't see the expansion on the low ground, and Kas has done that consistently. Every single game, he made that command center on the low ground, on the spot where he wants it. So Mana not seeing the command center there, realizing something might be up, Chrono boosting out those 2 early Stalkers and weakening the Marines so much. What a beautiful move there. And it is gonna be 3-2 right now in the favor of MouzMana.
Yep, and they're saying that Metalopolis and Shattered Temple are the only maps left to choose in this series, guys. We are going to go into a quick commercial break. Mana has 1 more game to take this, or can EmpireKas bring it back for an ace match? We'll be right back. Don't go breaking my heart. Now you got Natalie Portman all in my head, and I can't get her out. You ever seen Garden State? Garden State's amazing, too. It's more of a serious movie with her.
Quantix Gaming seeks new SC2 division manager.
I actually applied for that.
You did?
Yeah. I don't know if I'm going to get it, so I just did it for fun. doesn't seem like it's that big of a strain. But if they, you know, send you around and travel and stuff, I'd be down.
At least 2 hours open a night. Skype, ability to travel. I'm not... U.S. residents preferred? What the hell is that?
Sorry, Lillian. You should just recommend me in the thing. Just type something.
Large knowledge of everything that is StarCraft 2. You should have extensive knowledge of foreign.
I would say the only thing that I'm like lacking is I need to get like on my like kind of B list, and they're not B list, but I mean kind of B list Koreans. Like I know like a lot of the major Korean players, like you know Polt and ST, you know, and just like all the top notch like Bomber and all the ones you see go to the MLG events and stuff. But I don't know like a lot of the like kind of underground Code A players as much. So if there's anything I need to improve on, like with casting and knowledgeable of StarCraft 2 community, it's like knowing those kind of B celebrity Korean players, like Tassadar and stuff like that. I need to watch the GSL a lot more.
Yeah.
Ryan needs to continue to buy us accounts.
Yeah, we need the new season pass, Ryan. So if you're tuning in, Ryan, we need to get the new season pass going for PlayhemTV so I can watch myself some good old VODs of the up and down matches. I was tuning into the up and down match. I'm like, wow, this was an awesome game 1, and then I was like, press game 2, and then it said buy a ticket, and I was like, no. So we're gonna have to get that going. EmpireKas complaining a little bit about lag that he's been having, and when there's this much money on the line, that is a big deal, man. You don't want to be dealing with those lags. So we might have a slight delay here, guys, while EmpireKas maybe tries something to fix it a little bit. He said he's been having the problems the entire week, so it's definitely on his end. And yeah, Nerdswagger kissing some butt there, a
little bit. I'm just trying to make them feel good.
You're both still great in my eyes, is what Nerdswagger says. Bam, ready, go, MouzMana. EmpireKas, game numero 6 is coming up right now. Is Kas going to be able to tie it up 3-3 on ESL, the Shadow Temple? And are we going to go into game 3? Or game 3? Are we going to go into game 7? Or is MouzMana going to take this series right now? He is up 3-2. He is the green Protoss player in the bottom spawn position. He's going to go up against EmpireKas. Like we said, he is down a game. He tried to all-in last match. Didn't work out too well. Blamed it on lag a little bit. And, you know, I think it's fair to say that the lag did hinder him a little bit, because I've seen him, you know, miss micro every now and then. Exactly what he said, you know, with the storms, staying in the storms a little bit too long, not moving out of them properly, as I know he can. So EmpireKas is working with a little bit of lag, but it's not that big of a deal. He's our blue Terran player in the top spawn position, the 12 o'clock, if you wish. And yeah, this is a different map than what we've seen so far, Nerdswagger.
Yeah, it's a kind of a little bit of a shorter map, I would say. Not one where you're going to probably be going for that Nexus first or Command Center first or anything like that, because aggression can come across the map a lot sooner. So this should be hopefully maybe a different game. I mean, we could opt to that similar styles that we saw earlier, where they go into, you know, the Colossus, the Bioforce play, because in the middle of the map here, it opts for some really, really nice engagements on both of their parts.
What a weird timed scout here going out by Mana. Usually you see it like after Pylon or after Gateway, but Mana's just sending it out somewhere in between there. Of course, that doesn't make any difference, but it's just weird because it's always done in this way, and then all of a sudden you see someone doing it differently, and you're like, hey, that is different. Oh my god, EmpireKas is actually gonna go for a Command Center first on this map.
Wow.
Wow.
And Mana is going to be able to spot that quite nicely, and Neeb is lagging the game.
Oh dear.
Ryan, why are you lagging the game?
Looks like we've got... Oh. We are good. There he goes, leaving the game.
Oh, Ryan, now you have to listen to us cast and watch the game. Sorry.
I bet he was providing his own commentary on his stream with like 15 people watching. He was like, I want to be caster too. Just kidding, of course. I love Neeb, but he is out of this right now. He's the head admin, so to say, the community manager for Playhem. He is the one that sets up all these awesome tournaments and manages all the Playhem EU dailies, and he's the one that pretty much brings you StarCraft 2 on Playhem. So, definitely a good guy. If you want to support him, you can go ahead and follow him on Twitter or go to playhem.com and make an account and play on the website, because nothing would make Neep more happy than to see every single StarCraft 2 player in the world use Playhem for their tournaments.
This is going to be so dangerous for Kaz. I don't think he quite understands. Probe in there scouting everything. Going to see that the barracks is late and that 2 barracks are up. No gas. He's trying to scout around for those extra buildings. He's going to get over there and see that command center. Oh my goodness. If Mana does any sort of early aggression, this is just going to be huge.
Yeah, I think a 4-gate would pretty much work here. I would definitely 4-gate, but you know me. I always 4-gate.
It's true.
He is building additional pylons, so he's not going to go for a super aggressive 4-gate. He is still making probes as well. I'm not saying he's going for 4-gate, just saying that he could. He is moving down with the probe, down the ramp right now, so I think he's going to be expanding off of this, making an early stalker, hoping to do some pressure. There's no bunker up. How many Marines are out right now? 1, 2, 3 Marines are out right now, but 1 stalker can do a lot of damage to 3 Marines, Nerdswagger.
Yep, and especially if Kaz is experiencing kind of the same lag that he's been getting, that could really hinder his microing ability with the Stalker, so Mana could take advantage of that and do a lot of damage here.
Yeah, he's already doing some nice micro, picking off 1 Marine there for pretty much for free. I mean, those shields are just going to recharge. The Stalker is going to be forced out of there because there's too many Marines. Bunker now going up by Kaz. That orbital command is not doing much for Kaz just yet, other than providing additional mules and additional SCV production. So he's going to be able to stay up to par with the Protoss player a lot easier. The Chrono Boost, of course, coming into effect and making MouzMana be able to keep up with the double SCV production. We do have that Nexus on the way, by the way, Nerdswagger, so it's not going to be any kind of 4-gate. Mana has done nothing cheesy in this entire series, literally nothing.
Nope, he's been playing it quite safe. Again, throwing up that Nexus now. It's going to be a little later than Kaz, but Kaz hasn't opted to move it down to the lower ground. He's still just kind of building SCVs, making sure that his main gets nice and saturated, and then we should see that transfer. I playing like on US server.
Yeah, I think he's referring to the lag. That he's having lag as he would on the US server. Look at that mule, man. That mule's really stupid. It's mining off that 1 mineral patch and it's going all the way back to the other orbital command. Now it's get lifted, so the dump mule will now go to the proper proper positioning for that. To actually only 1 stalker and a sentry. Oh, this could be a nice sentry container if he would go for something like that, but he's gonna have to hit that force field button. Force field, force field, force field. Oh, beautiful!
So nice. Of course, this stalker and sentry aren't really gonna be able to deny this second, but really nice force field still. Denying that SCVs just for a little bit. And again, just keeping our Terran player on his toes. He does have this probe at the high yield here, so he can throw down a proxy pylon anytime. And if we see at this high yield up here at the top, he can kind of morph in on this other ledge and do some really nice damage to the mineral line if he wants later in the game.
Yeah, it could come into play a little bit. We were just talking about Mana not doing a single cheesy thing yet in the entire best of 7. Well, he's going to be switching it up right now. He's adding on 3 gateways and going up to 6 gateways like this is definitely a little bit cheesy in my eyes. He's not producing probes right now. He's purely producing pylons and units. He is getting down the rocks for the gold base. That is surprising me a little bit, Nerdswagger. What are you thinking? What are his intentions right now?
Yeah, this would be very interesting. I'm thinking he's going to go for a 6-gate kind of timing attack again, as he did stop that probe production. Now we see it continuing. If he takes this high yield, that'll be so huge. That'll just make him really get far in the game. I think he knows that EmpireKas usually has this kind of very passive style to him, unless it is a timing attack. But no, we see Kaz moving out right now, and Stim only halfway complete.
That's a weird timing to be moving out. You're right, Nerdswagger. Maybe he's just gonna poke out, kill the Stalker. Oh, he gets the Stalker! That is so uncharacteristic for Mana. He's usually so on top of his micro. Losing that Stalker there, that's a lot of resources being lost there. 3rd base on the way for Kaz. Behind this, the aggression is setting up right now. But like you said earlier, Stimpack is still a minute out. And I would be really surprised if he attacks without Stimpack. That Protoss army is so fearsome. So many Zealots and Stalkers in here. Is he actually gonna do it?
Wow, literally, and he is going to engage us, and he is going to get taken out. Some decent force fields going down. Zealots get taken out pretty easy, but again, without Stim, the Protoss army is just so much stronger, so all this Terran force is going to get cleaned up. I don't know, it feels like he's throwing away the game right now, Lirlian, because this counter-attack from Mana is going to be so huge.
Yeah, this is pretty much game. We might as well leave right now. He's trying to get up 2 bunkers. What in hell was that? Stimpak is just about to finish up, and Mana is going to be so surprised that he didn't get stimmed on. You know, a stim and those Marauders advancing forward, sniping off the key sentry units would have been big. EmpireKas now pulling off a ton of SCVs. He knows in how much trouble he is. He's up by 12 workers, so he can afford to pull a few workers.
Yeah, definitely, and again, he's going to have to get those repairs down, some decent force field, trying to stop those bunkers. It looks like Mana's just going to take out maybe one bunker and then slide past the rest, possibly. No, he's going to continue this battle, taking out the second bunker, getting really close. Oh no, those SCVs do repair it just in time, so Kaz is going to be able to hold this, Lirlian.
Kaz holds, and in a pretty significant way as well. The supplies are now heavily, well, not heavily, but favoring EmpireKas while he was behind by 20 when that engagement started. Some beautiful SCV pooling and repairing there. Really good job by EmpireKas, pretty much making up for the mistake that he made earlier. I mean, a Marine Marauder timing attack at the 10-minute mark without stim. That's like the weirdest timing I've ever seen. Might have been a mistake out of Kaz. He might have screwed up a little bit on his timings. More SCVs are going to be advancing to that third base, and there is a third base, and Mana's got nothing behind this Nerdswagger, nothing at all. No third base, no tech. He is just now getting a Twilight Council. He's got no upgrades. I think EmpireKas is looking better every second with that third base landing.
Yeah, definitely, I would have to agree. But I mean, if Mana does opt to go for that high yield, that's something that could kind of place him right back in this game. We see another engagement going down, trying to poke at those bunkers. I just don't think he has the force fields or the energy, so this attack is going to get thwarted once again, and Mana is going to have to back off right now. He is getting a double forge behind this with that, again, that Twilight Council going for some charge lots right now. So that double forge could start to put Mana ahead, as well as we see no engineering base out for Kaz.
No, Mana now realizing that he's not going to be able to kill his opponent, getting on the Twilight Council, the double upgrades, but this is going to give Kaz such a wonderful timing to be attacking at. I mean, he's already got medevacs, he's already got a good bio army, he's got some really good infrastructure as well. He's going to have another medevac pop out. I would really like to see him push out no upgrades, no charge, a pure gateway army versus, you know, a Marine Marauder army with stim, with medevacs. That is not a good position to be in as a Protoss player.
No, not at all. Again, if we see some drop play being added by Kaz, that would be so huge, especially if he could snipe a lot of these structures here on the left for Mana. They all seem to be over here. So again, we see Mana and Kaz kind of going into this similar game that they've been showing us all this series, where they, you know, go for the Storms, the High Templars, and all of that jazz. Kaz being a really good macro player, and he is showing it. He's now building his fourth and his third. So playing just really nice and defensively right now.
He's playing very defensively, now getting up his double upgrades as well. There's going to be a nice timing window for Mana when, oh, this is such a good timing for Kaz to be moving out Nerdswagger. No upgrades have really finished yet. 1-1 is about to come online, but no storms, no major way of AoE damage, and Mana's been investing so much in pro production because he was behind by 25. He's still behind by 24 right now. Kaz is still so far ahead on economy, ahead on army as well, and he's going to catch a few of these Stalkers. At least 3 of them will go down, and this is huge.
Yeah, this is not going to be good. Not a lot of sentries. 2 sentries on the field. Archon's being morphed right now as well, because Storm is nowhere near completion, and that is going to be his only defense. That third, excuse me, being denied. Very characteristic of Kaz doing that to Mana.
I wonder if it's going to go down 4 times in this game as well. What do you think, Nerdswagger?
I sure hope so, especially if we have good engagements as we had on Antigua Shipyard, where we thought Mana just had this crazy counterattack, and we could possibly see that out of him this game.
Yeah, he's going to go for that crazy counterattack again. He's going to have Storm just like he did in last game. He's going to be he's going to be a base down. EmpireKas has already been mining for so incredibly long, Nerdswagger, out of this third base. EmpireKas is looking so good. He's up by 60 supply. But then again, we shouldn't count Mana out. We've seen the comeback that he made on Antigua. Maybe he's going to be able to do that again with the insane storms. There are no ghosts out just yet. 4 ghosts are being produced, but the Mobius reactor is not yet done, so those ghosts are not going to have enough energy to EMP just yet. And that's going to be the timing that Mana needs to hit. If those ghosts are able to gather enough energy for EMPs, that's definitely going to be the nail in the coffin for Mana.
Yeah, definitely, and now we see Mana starting to move into position right now. That high yield starting to be taken advantage of. It's becoming a planetary fortress, so if that could get done, that would be huge, but it doesn't look like that's going to happen. And nice storms going down by Mana, once again doing so much damage to this Bioforce. No other storms though, so it is going to have to morph into Archon, and I think this Bioforce might be too much for mana.
Yeah, it's too much. He didn't have enough storms. With maybe 3 or 4 extra storms, he might have been able to do it, but he just didn't have enough Templar. All the Zealots get taken out. The gold base also survives. Mana does have his own gold base behind this on the way, but he is still... Wow, actually, there were quite a lot of SCVs were killed there.
Yeah, but he's still ahead by 15 SCVs right now, you know, with the mules he's sitting on in the high yield and the third base. Mana just now finishing his high yield, and Kaz is going to be looking to deny that again.
He's going in for the kill. He's doing it for the thrill. He wants to get that Nexus down again, and there's not much that Mana can do. He's got some storms. One storm goes down, decent EMP, hitting one Templar. There's not a single storm left. And how are you ever going to deal with this big of a Bioforce? You're just not going to be able to. Mana now down by 100 supply, and 100 supply is not...
Oh my goodness, Lillian. We are going to go into an ace match between these two players.
Could we have had it any better?
I don't believe so. We are some lucky casters,
Oh,
Lillian.
definitely, guys. Thank you so much for watching to PlayhemTV. I am Lurlian, and I'm casting with my good friend, Mr. Nerd Swagger. If you want to support us, you can go ahead and follow us on Twitter. I am Lurlian on Twitter, very plain and simple, and Mr. Nerd Swagger is the guy you have to follow on Twitter if you're interested. We're pretty much the casting Archon together. I mean, there was some...
The
Nerdian casting Archon. That's actually not a name we came up with ourselves. I believe Stacio came up with that, so if you're in chat, Stacio, you're taking some credit, man. We're casting together quite a lot, and if you're not regularly tuning into PlayhemTV, you might consider doing that, because we've got some awesome tournaments going down every day, and most of the days, or actually a lot of the EU days, there's Nerdian, Lurlian, and Nerd Swagger covering that. So if you like what you see, definitely join us for the normal EU dailies as well. There's some really sick games in there.
Yep, definitely, guys. We are going to go into a quick commercial break, and we are going to be bringing this ace match back to you. So make sure you tell all your friends and get them over to Playhem to watch this amazing game go down. We'll be right back.
Oh, that's cute.
Oh my goodness.
Someone in chat.
You're making me blush.
Someone in chat saying, you guys are better than Tastosis, honestly.
Mac Blakey, you're the man.
That is definitely not the case, though, man. We are nowhere close to the amount of knowledge and entertainment value that those two have got.
Yeah, especially if you've been watching Artosis' stream lately, at least. He just has so much knowledge on the game. It's, like, redunculous the way he thinks about it. Like, I've been trying to, like, keep up on it and try and, like, get in his sort of mindset. But, I'm glad we can be entertaining for you guys.
Yeah, I'm really glad we can be entertaining, and we hope to be entertaining for a long time. Hopefully this game is gonna last up to 2 hours. Unfortunately, it is gonna be the last game of the day, guys. It is going to be the ace match coming down here. 3-3 is the score. The best of 7 grand finals between Mouse Esports Nama and EmpireKas, our Terran player, are going to go at it again. EmpireKas is ready. I am ready. I hope you're ready. Nerd Swagger.
No, I am definitely ready. Again, this is something that we could have just dreamed of, getting this nice series where it is going to end on this ace match on ESL's Metalopolis. That always creates for a huge macro games, especially if you get that cross position. So we could be seeing a very excellent game out of both of these players, and I mean we have been all day.
Fingers crossed for cross spawn positions. That would be sweet.
I think we have to do the GSL intros one more time since we got the ace match.
No, man, no, these names are not good for GSL intros. What is Total Biscuit doing?
A great job.
We need to get
What
going.
do you mean?
Sorry.
Oh, are they both ready? They both are ready. Jeez, TB, let's go, man.
Bam.
There he goes. Getting this game started. I'm so excited. I hope you guys are excited in chat. I want all of you in chat to shout out who you think is going to win. Is it going to be Mana or is it going to be Kas?
Yeah, go vote on the poll as well. I've not even... Is that poll even up? It should be, right?
Yeah. It's been in favor of Mana pretty much this whole time, around 70% to about 30% for Kas, so...
Wow.
Yeah.
Well, that is what the general opinion was. MouzMana being the favorite because he's got such solid Protoss versus Terran. The way you held that all in, man, with the 4 barracks. Makes me so jealous. I mean... Micromanaging your stalkers like that. Why are we not getting into the game? Oh, there we are. Bam.
There we are. We are going to get this final game started for the EU Twitch TV Invitational. The winner of this is going to get $1,000, so a lot is riding on the line, Lillian.
Yeah, not only they're getting $1,000, they're also getting a lot of cool swag from TT Esports and other sponsors. Big shout out to them. Thank you for supporting awesome tournaments like this, and thank you to all our viewers tuning in. We're having an awesome time providing an alternative stream for you to watch. I believe Total Biscuit is streaming this as well in the English language. So thank you all for tuning in to Nerdy and Casting. We had an awesome time, and we're still having an awesome time casting this this series for you.
Definitely. And I just want to do a quick shout out to Frodan and Katu, I believe, who casted the other games yesterday. So really great job to them. And you know, thanks for like kind of they weren't able to join us today because they had family stuff and such for the holidays. So really thankful that we get to cast this awesome final match.
Yeah, I'm really stoked for this one. Is our blue Terran player in the top spawn position, EmpireKas, going to be able to take this series? He is constantly pretty much down a game or two, or no, he's constantly been down one game and then he got back and stuff like that. Oh, what did he say there, Nerdswagger? I know your Russian is pretty good.
Yeah, it is pretty good. Let me just, I think he said, Lirlian's awesome, have a good game, can't wait to get 4-gated again.
Can't wait. Why are they talking?
I know. They need a... TB will freak out in a second, don't worry.
Yeah, TB will freak out in a second, don't worry. He seems a little bit on edge, you know. As of late, yeah. Have you seen that Reddit post?
Yeah, I've seen it.
I mean, that guy works so much, man. He's so dedicated to esports, but...
I enjoyed Total Biscuit.
Oh, yeah, of course, I do as well. But... he might be doing a little bit too much, man. He's traveling so much. He's casting all the things. You know that meme I once made? Maybe you were not... Maybe you were...
I just know... Oh. What's that? Oh, excuse me, go ahead.
Sorry. Maybe you were not with Playhem just yet by the time I made that meme. But when I just got into casting, I really felt like I want to cast all the things, you know? I want to be... and,
and it can be really daunting on you.
Yeah. Like the first time I cast ever for Playhem, I was like so excited, and oh man, it was so much fun to be casting for Playhem. And by the way, guys, if you are a caster yourself and you want to apply, go ahead and do so to Playhem. We definitely need some more casters because we're gonna have 2 casters pretty much resigning for a little bit. I believe Bonk was quitting casting, and
is there somebody else?
I believe Frodan had to stop casting pretty much because his parents were being not so nice about it.
Oh, that's too bad.
They felt... Oh well, let's not talk about that too much, guys. We're gonna get back into this game. The ace match between EmpireKas and MouzMana, our green Protoss player, in the bottom spawn position. We see Kas once again going for the early expand with the command center, 1 Rex FE, 2 barracks being added on, double gas. This is what we've seen him do about 3 times, or 4, no, not 4 times, but 3 times. We've seen him do this a ton. The first game on, what's that map called again? I don't even know. But he did this build, and he did that build in the second game as well on Shakura's Plateau. So we're
definitely. No. We see kind of the same thing going down for Mana as well. He's, you know, going 1 gateway, going into a Nexus. Again, both of these players love their 2-base play. They don't really have a lot of 1-base all-ins or 1-base play whatsoever. Again, we see Kas throw down those barracks. Normally, he hasn't thrown down a 4th one, so he's not going to be opting for that early kind of marine pressure at all. He might be opting for that stim timing that we've been seeing a lot out of him.
Yeah, he really likes his stim timings. Sometimes working out really well, but in last game... Well, I guess you cannot really call it a stim timing since he didn't have stim. You know, on Shadow Temple when he pushed out with like this big Marine Marauder ball. and I think it was intended to be a stim timing, but without stim, there's not a lot of stim timings to be done. That was definitely a bad move by Kas. But that defense he did after that, man, his entire army got annihilated. Mana lost his zealots and kept all his stalkers and sentries alive.
That bunker placement was so nice. One thing I just wanted to add kind of to that attack too, because I was kind of mentioning it during the attack. If Mana would have taken out that, which he did, he took out the bunker on the left, and if he would have just moved his army up into the natural, I feel like he could have done a lot more damage.
Yeah, could definitely have done more damage if he tried to circumvent those bunkers a little bit. He tried to engage those bunkers way too long. He should have realized it was not going to work. Ooh, nice reaction there out of Mana, seeing that SCV sneak by, and that SCV will not be able to do any kind of scouting whatsoever.
Nope, so Kas still going to be playing in the dark, of course. Doesn't even know where his opponent is at. It could be close air positions, could be cross. He has no idea.
Wow.
Additional supply depots required.
And now we see kind of that early robotics bay going down, so he's going to be going for some Colossus, which is going to be so nice. But again, we're going to have to see if Kas is going to go for this stim timing. Stim is about halfway complete right now.
This is a repeat of game 1 and 2 again, Nerdswagger. Early robo play into Colossi. Did he? Where's that even at?
Oh, here comes that Bioforce making its way across the map right now. Stim 3/4 of the way done, so that is what he is going to be going with. That Stalker is able to get out of there and scout that force coming, so he's going to know all about this. The first Colossus on the way right now, Thermal Lance, and that hasn't even been started, so he's going to have to micro around that Colossus when it comes out so nicely. We see him throwing down some Chronos on the warp gates, 4 warp gates out right now. He's going to have to get in some good warp ins. He's going to have to get some really nice force fields. I mean, the Bioforce, not too big, but still, he's going to have to be really careful.
Yeah, he's going to have to be super careful. 2 more stocks being added on, and MouzMana might just barely have enough units. It was looking scary for a while. Those Chrono Boost and that additional gateway now coming into play is definitely going to be good for him. And it looks like Kas does not want a repeat of last game. And but this time around, he did have Stim, so the engagement would have been a lot closer and a lot more even. But he doesn't want to risk it. He's going to be retreating back to his natural.
Yep, we're going to have to see what he's going to be doing there. He finally, he gets that starport up, so he should be pumping out those medevacs. No, very nice move. Wait, he has 2 starports already. Holy cow, literally pumping out Vikings first. Nice move. I like this. Again, kind of metagaming his opponent, knowing that man is going to be going for those Colossus, but I do, again, like this double starport play. Yeah. Stargates, starports.
Anyway, there are 4 Vikings at a time coming out right now, and if Mana's gonna go for that early Colossi timing where you go with 3 Colossus and don't have a lot of ground army support, those Vikings are gonna be so good to have out early. They're being produced 3 or 4 at a time. It's actually really tough to produce out of 2 starports on 1 base, and in addition to the barracks. Only 3 barracks, so he cut down 2 barracks to get out another starport, so his bio count's going to be a little bit lower than it normally would, but he's going to have those early Vikings and the early medevacs to work with. Surprisingly enough, he's getting nothing but Vikings. I would have really expected him to get like 2 Vikings and 2 medevacs at a time.
Yeah, this is definitely really interesting, and that's actually going to hinder his Bioforce pretty greatly, actually, because every stem that he uses is going to have to be super cost-efficient, because the more, obviously, he stems without healing, the weaker his force is going to get. So, I mean, if there's nice force fields that block off those stemmed army, that could be really bad. I mean, then again, you're just down to this situation where all you have left in your unit composition is Vikings, and you have to land them to try and do as much damage as possible.
Never a good position to be in if you are forced to land your Vikings to fight for you. Those Vikings can work out really well if you are, you took out all the Colossi and the ground battle's really close. Then the Vikings on the ground are going to be super good. But if you have to use your Vikings in your main army, that's never a good position to be in. Vikings very, very bad when on ground. They deal decently with zealots and stalkers, I guess, but just not the kind of DPS that a Marine would have, a stimmed Marine would have.
Right, we see 3 Colossus on the field. Normally we see Protoss kind of do some timing pushes with these 3 Colossus, but I think Mana has seen that Viking count with his Observer, and he's going to know that that is not going to be working out right now, so he's going to be going for that Templar Archives and going to be trying to get out that Storm as fast as possible. 1-1 finishing right now for our Protoss player, wire as Weapons 1 for Terran is only not even halfway complete yet. So,
this is
these Templar Archives, yeah.
This is pretty crazy, Nerdswagger. We see a Terran heading out with a huge Marine Marauder ball and a ton of Vikings, and he doesn't have a single medevac out just yet. So he's gonna hope to snipe those Colossi. Look at the low amount of Stalkers that's out right now. It's only 6 Stalkers on the field and a few sentries. So those Vikings are gonna be able to take out the Colossi so easily. Only a few Stalkers, like I said, they have to be so careful. Those Stalkers are pivotal. That one Archon is gonna be big as well.
He has to have this army placement just right, and it looks like Kaz is gonna back off from this. Maybe he's waiting for those medevacs to get into the unit army composition. We see Storm going down. It's gonna be a while before that is obviously complete. Again, nice pylon placements by Mana. Gonna know exactly when that 4th and 5th are gonna be going down. You know, just like you said, putting those burrowed Zerglings there, or putting the pylons where the expansion going. Just those little nice moves that make a difference.
Yeah, they definitely make a difference, especially the burrowed Zerglings or a burrowed Roach or something. That is so big. You know, first blocking that command center. Or I've even seen Zerg players put an Overlord there, poop creep. Then they would send units over there to kill out the creep, and then they would leave again, and then there would be another burrowed Zergling beneath all that creep, so he would have to come back again. That way you can delay an expansion so incredibly much. It's a really cool move.
Yeah, that'll be really nice. And here comes, oh, it does get canceled. Very nice. It wasn't denied, so he does get those 300 minerals back right now. And here comes the attack. It looks like those Vikings are streaming in. Whoa. There's so many Vikings right now. Literally 12 Vikings on the field. Colossus are just going to get demolished. He's going to have to land those as well, though. Like I was saying, the Bioforce trying to be cleaned up by this Storm right now. And here comes the Vikings. Going to be able to be taken out so quickly. They get just ripped apart by everything, but the Bioforce is still alive and strong, Lilian.
Wow, that Bioforce is so strong. The 2-2, of course, not yet kicked in from Mana. He's now down by 70 supply right now. Kaz is on the verge of taking this game. Some beautiful force fields delaying the inevitable push down to the ramp. Mana still behind by about 50-60 supply. Oh, the medevacs are all getting taken out. Not the best control there. And here come all the bio units down the ramp. Are there enough zealots? I don't think there are.
Oh, I don't know, this Bioforce being so cost efficient, doing so much damage. Those Marauders are going to be able to rip through those Stalkers so easily. Pylons going down, really not going for the Nexus or the probe line. Mana trying to micro his mountain. Now he finally pulls some probes to try and clean this up, and he should be able to clean this up. The Stalkers should be able to do a lot of damage, but at what cost, Lilian?
Yeah, he lost pretty much every probe at that natural. Castle's got his 3rd base behind this. He's up by 70-80 supply, and it's not looking good for Mana. EmpireKas might lose all these Marauders in the retreat, but hey, that's no big deal. He's got another good bio army already sitting back at home. Now adding on an armory, what is he doing with that armory? I guess he wants to get out some air upgrades, is what I'm thinking.
Yep. We've seen Kaz kind of do that in recent games earlier. He does like that level 1 weapons for the Vikings, which, you know, do that little extra damage to those Colossus. And I mean, he did lose every single Viking he had in there, and the Colossus production still continues, and now he's not pumping out any Vikings at all. So he's going to have to get back on that production here soon.
Yeah, he's gonna have to get back on that. A quick look at the unit tab and the worker kill tab sees 14 workers killed by Kaz. Not as many as I thought, but still 14 a good count. He's up by 30 workers. He's up a base, and we see Mana make pretty much a desperation attempt here, going for that gold base in the middle of the map. So hard to hold against a Terran player, against any. Well, these gold bases are super hard to hold in any circumstance, but in this circumstance, with the army that Mana's got, 1 Colossi is pretty much the backbone of that army. EmpireKas doubling his opponent in army supply right now, Nerdswagger, so this is one humongous risk he's taking.
Yeah, I mean, Mana does have to be this greedy to get back into this game, as you kind of stated, and here comes the push from Kaz, because Kaz knows this. He needs to keep denying the expansions from Mana to keep pulling ahead in this game, which I think he is going to be able to do. These Colossus should be able to do a lot of damage. Again, no Vikings on the field to take care of them, but there's just a big force coming early in.
Yeah, there's no force fields in here either. Beautiful Storm, though. Oh, his entire army stimming up there. That might have been a little bit of a mistake. And here we go. This could be the final engagement of this tournament. Some more good Storms. Ooh, Kaz walking in there for a second. No more Storms are left. I don't think the Colossi are doing a lot of damage in the back, but are there enough support units? It does.
The Archon's going to be morphing in right now, and that's going to be able to tank a lot of the damage. These Colossus being very cost efficient and not quite going down. So it looks like Mana is going to be able to clean that up. So Kaz losing a huge portion of his army. But again, the supply is still favoring EmpireKas very highly right now. And again, that Pylon and that Zealot denying that fourth from going up anytime soon from one Zealot. So I think that Zealot was able actually to take out a few SCVs as well.
Yeah, it took out like 13, so that's actually a big deal. I cannot believe how Mana keeps on holding like that, man. Kaz had double the army of his opponent, and Mana still holds. All his Colossi survive. That is so pivotal to keep those Colossi alive. We talk about that a lot, Nerd Swagger, but those Colossi take so long to produce. They're so expensive. They are so good in general. You cannot afford to lose them. And he kept all of them alive. And now we're going to see a counterattack out of Mana. He does have the superior upgrades at 2-2. The Terran has 2-2, about to finish up as well, but Mana's got a nice timing window here. The command center is going to morph into a planetary fortress, or is it?
It's going to be so close. These SCVs should be able to repair, and if they are able to get a nice repair on this planetary fortress, it's going to be so hard for Mana to take this, and he knows that he's going to have to back off. So nice little timing by Kaz. Of course, these Colossus are going to be able to get in there with their range, but they might be picked off by this Bioforce Lyrilian.
Oh, here we go. Oh, beautiful EMP on the Templar there. 2 storms go down, but that's about all the storms that were in there. The Archon doing all of damage, the Colossi as well. More Vikings joining up. We're going to see another important engagement there. Supplies only 23 apart right now.
Holy cow, Lyrilian. This is getting so crazy. These Colossus again doing so much damage. Only a couple Vikings in that mixture there continue to be produced. There's 7 on the field right now. There's a little force back at home for Kaz that he needs to kind of join up, and now we see a Mana kind of backing off of this. He needs to start putting up his 4th base as well. Again, still down about 15 workers. That high yield not quite as saturated as it should be.
No, definitely not quite as saturated as it should be. Only 48 probes right now for Mana. But man, how is he doing this, holding on like that? He keeps on getting favorable exchanges. Taking a quick look at the units lost tab, you can see that Kaz has lost 4k more in resources. So Mana doing a really good job being cost efficient, like we pointed out. All those Colossi staying alive all the time. Templar being added on, and he's already got some more storms in the bank. And it looks like EmpireKas wants to press the advantage that he's got right now. He's going for a 3-3, he's going for the attack. And for the first time in ever, we might actually see a Terran out-upgrade the Protoss.
Yeah, there are so many Colossus on the field right now. We have 5 Colossus. Again, the Viking count now looking in favor again of Kaz, so this might really help him. If he's able to deny this base, that'll be huge. Some probes are being taken out. And it looks like here's the final engagement. Colossus trying to get in there, do some damage. A decent storm going down. Nice micro by Kaz, dodging that storm. Colossus still trying to get in there. Vikings still trying to pick him off. He is going to have to back that up. He doesn't want to lose all those Vikings. Vikings going down so quickly. 2 Vikings left, 1 Viking left, but still 1 Colossus left. These Archons doing a lot of damage. More Vikings join the fray. This Bioforce taking out everything. It looks like Kaz is coming out on top, Lyrilian.
Yeah, Kaz is definitely coming out on top. MouzMana dropping down to 70 supply there for a second, now warping in more stuff, trying to keep his gold base alive. That gold base is the only thing keeping him into the game. He does have that 3rd base in the back, but that 3rd base just finished up, doesn't have any probes at it, and the gold minerals are providing him with that income advantage that he really needs right now. Well, actually it might not be an advantage. Kaz is still outmining him, but the gold minerals, of course, being more cost efficient, needing less probes, it's definitely keeping Mana in the game right now. This gold expansion, he needs to hold on to that a little while longer. There's still so many resources in there. He needs that to be able to stay in this game.
Yep, he's gonna have to hold this so good. Now he's getting up that 4th base as well. He has been behind in supply almost this whole entire game by 60, but his just nice defense that he's been throwing down has really helped him stay in this game. He needs to get those Colossus back. He has 1 Colossus out right now. The Viking production again continues, and here again we see Kaz trying to deny this high yield.
And here we go again. Last engagement, maybe, who knows? There's 1 Colossi in there. Ooh, not a good storm there. How many storms are left? 1 more storm is left. It's gonna have to be a good one if he wants to be able to win this battle. Beautiful EMPs. Kaz is looking really good. He's storming forward, but he's standing in a storm. It is looking to be pretty close once again. That Colossus doing a really good job, but it's gonna get focused down by the Marauders, and this gold base is gonna go down. And so are any hopes of Mana for winning this game. He is down to 39 supply, and EmpireKas is going to be winning the Twitch TV EU Invitational. 30 supply left, and there's the GG out of Mana. EmpireKas is going to take this series. Wow.
That was such a nail-biting series, Lyrilian.
Wow, it was. My god, congratulations to EmpireKas, constantly being down a game and getting some momentum in the last match. And he was able to win that. Oh my god, what a sick series that was. Congratulations to EmpireKas. He's saying, lol, with lags, win. Oh my god. He is definitely happy with himself. He's gonna have $1,000 to be taking home, Nerdswagger, and that's a crazy amount of money. He's also getting some White-Ra swag, which I find pretty funny to see a pro gamer win White-Ra gear.
For sure. Thanks again, guys. We are going to be running a quick commercial break, and then we'll be having some closing words. Be right back. I'll let you send us home.
Sure.
If you want. I mean, if you want me to do it, it's cool too.
That's okay. Hello guys, and welcome back to the PlayhemTV cast. We have just seen the end of the tournament. EmpireKas taking it 4-3 over MouzMana. Nobody really ever expected this. The votes in our voting system were always favoring MouzMana by quite a big deal. I would like to thank everyone for tuning in. It was a really nice time casting this on Christmas Eve for you. Christmas Eve, not the biggest deal in the Netherlands, so I was really happy I was able to join you to cast this. If you want to follow me on Twitter, go ahead, @Lurlian, and my caster friend here, Mr. Nerdswagger, is Mr. Nerdswagger on Twitter. So if you want to follow us around, know what we're up to, and support us that way, you can go ahead and do that. If you want to support Playhem, go ahead and check out playhem.com. Great website to be using for tournaments of all sorts. So that is pretty much the closing words that we have for you, ladies and gentlemen. I wish you a really nice Christmas Eve. I hope you have a lot of fun. And we will be shutting down the stream in just a second, running a few more commercials. Maybe I'll play one more song. Maybe we'll talk about the games a little bit. Maybe some K-pop, who knows? Tradition.
Yeah, we could definitely do that, talk about that. So, yep, thanks guys again for watching, and stick around and we could have some chat with some of the fans. Boom.
Time to put on some K-pop.
Bubble, bubble, pop. Bubble, bubble, pop.
Bubble, bubble, pop, pop.
Definitely have to get these on YouTube.
Hells yeah.
Yeah. Again, guys, if you feel free to chat with us in chat. If you have any questions for us or anything like that, just shoot them out. We'll just hang around for a while and still continue to run a few commercials. Thanks again for your support with Playhem, and I think Lillian's going to be setting up some K-pop too here pretty soon, so stick around for sure.
It's already playing, man.
I thought you were going to play the video and everything too.
No.
Bubble, bubble, pop. I guess earlier, some viewer when we first started streaming thought you were Total Biscuit.
That's pretty hilarious.
It's pretty nice. Bud Habig, they haven't did the third place match yet because just some scheduling differences between Nerchio and I forgot who the other third place was. Tarson, yeah, that's right. Just some scheduling issues.
Yep. Man, that was some awesome tournaments.
And White Raw was in the tournament earlier, but he got knocked out, I believe.
Yep, he got knocked out in the round of 8, I believe.
Yep, I think so.
Which would be the quarterfinals, but calling something the quarterfinals when there's only 16 competitors.
Yeah, again, guys, feel free to hit us up in chat. I think we're going to be going off here pretty soon whenever Lurleen wants to. It's all up to him. I'll leave him the man in charge.
I am definitely the man in charge. K-pop just finished playing, so I'm just waiting for the commercial to finish and then I'll close it down.
What am I doing for Christmas? I'm going to a very small town in Nebraska. I don't know if you guys, I'm sure a lot of EU people are watching. So there's like a state in the middle of the United States called Nebraska, and it's like all corn and agriculture and stuff like that. And like I live, like my hometown's like 20,000, and then we have to go to a smaller town that has like 1,200 or something like that. And then the town that I'm living in now, which is where my college is or whatever, where I go to school, has like 80 or 120,000, which is pretty nice.
Okay, sweet. Okay, guys, we will be closing the stream down right now. Thank you so much for your continued support to Playhem. We will be back after Christmas. There are events on the calendar, I do think, but I don't think there's a big chance they will be cast currently because of Christmas and everything. So don't be too sad. We will definitely be back on I'll be back on Tuesday. So if you want to see me cast, I think I'll be casting with you on Tuesday, Nerdswagger.
Yeah, I think that should work out.
So if you want to see more from Nerdswagger and myself, check us out on Tuesday, 7 p.m. Central European Time. We will be casting the Playhem EU Daily on Tuesday. So thank you all very much for watching. I'll be closing the stream down right now, and I hope to see you all around later. Thank you all for your support, and thank you for tuning in. Cass took the tournament. Any closing words you'd like to add in, Nerdswagger?
Just thanks, guys. Thanks for your support. Happy holidays, safe travels, eat good food.